Roman Reigns' planned world title match leak. Bad news for Randy Orton. Alexa Bliss shares a rare personal update. A major update on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Rhea Ripley reunites with a former partner. The Judgment Day to cost Liv Morgan her women's world title against Rhea Ripley. Gunther losing his title in a few weeks. A WWE legend returns to help Solo Sikoa retain the Ula Fala. Paul Heyman sends a cryptic message to CM Punk. Let's dive right in. Bad news for Randy Orton. Randy Orton hasn't had much luck winning the WWE Championship since his return last year. If recent reports are anything to go by, then fans shouldn't expect to see the Viper capture his 15th world title anytime soon. The 44-year-old veteran was last seen on TV during the November 8th edition of SmackDown after Crown Jewel. The Apex Predator had a forgettable night as he took a career-threatening piledriver from Kevin Owens. As a result of the prizefighter's actions, Orton was diagnosed with cervical cord neuropraxia, which will keep him on the sidelines for the foreseeable future. For months, he was long rumored to feud with his former legacy stablemate and current undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. It is widely speculated that once Kevin Owens is dealt with, the two friends will rekindle their decade-old rivalry heading into WrestleMania 41. However, those hoping to see Randy Orton being the one to end the undisputed WWE championship reign of Cody Rhodes shouldn't get their hopes up. WrestleVotes via Backstage Pass recently learned that the American Nightmare would drop his title sometime in 2025. In a follow-up report, Zero News noted that the Viper is not slated to become a 15-time world champion anytime soon. Zero reports that the plans are still for The Rock to dethrone Cody Rhodes at the Show of Shows next year. While replying to a fan who asked about Orton potentially dethroning Rhodes, Zero stated, "No plans, never was. It's been planned as Rock since Raw after Mania 40. If Cody Rhodes goes on to face The Rock at WrestleMania 41, this leaves Randy Orton without a clear path. Of course, he could face Kevin Owens since the planned match between the two men at Crown Jewel never happened. But WrestleMania 41 is still 4 months away and a lot can happen between now and the Show of Shows. Rumor has it that John Cena will face Randy Orton one last time at the Showcase of the Immortals. The Cenation leader will likely have leeway to choose his opponents during his retirement tour, and few could ask for a better way to finish off the legend's career than by facing one man who he never faced on the grandest stage of them all. Who do you want to see dethrone Cody Rhodes in 2025? Alexa Bliss shares a rare personal update. Alexa Bliss has been gone for nearly 2 years now, and there's a polarizing opinion on whether she is needed for the modern women's division or not. She shared a rare personal update on X, ahead of her impending return. It seems to be a matter of when and not if Alexa Bliss returns to WWE. She took a hiatus after announcing her pregnancy and gave birth to her daughter, Hendrix Rouge, in November 2023. Her daughter is now a year old, and many are wondering if this means that Bliss will finally be back on WWE television soon. So far, she has missed almost the entirety of the Triple H era. Ahead of what many consider an inevitable return, Bliss posted a tweet about a long travel day with the best flight attendant. "We've had a long travel day, but we've had the best flight attendants on our flight today. Harris American Air. She seems to be one of the lucky ones." Many people in the United States of America faced major flight delays with American Airlines, as several flights were grounded due to technical issues. It's the worst possible time to be facing flight delays, as pre-Christmas is always going to have a lot of air traffic. She seems to be one of the lucky ones. Many people in the United States of America faced major flight delays with American Airlines, as several flights were grounded due to technical issues. It's the worst possible time to be facing flight delays, as pre-Christmas is always going to have a lot of air traffic. A major update on Stone Cold Steve Austin. WWE Hall of Famer Diamond Dallas Page has been a strong advocate for a healthy lifestyle since his in-ring retirement. Over the years, he has helped numerous wrestlers in the industry overcome issues related to alcohol and substance abuse. Page's online fitness business, DDP Yoga, has become a massive success, transforming lives worldwide. The legendary Stone Cold Steve Austin recently publicly endorsed the program. The Texas Rattlesnake shared that he has been practicing DDP Yoga and praised Diamond Dallas Page for creating such an impactful program. In response, Page took to X to share Austin's endorsement. "Because Stone Cold said so. Time for you to find out for yourself. Take the next step," he wrote. Dallas Page was also recently spotted in the crowd at the WWE Bad Blood Premium Live event. Following the event, he revealed that he has signed a Legends contract with the Stamford-based company. Rhea Ripley reunites with a former partner. Rhea Ripley lost many friends over the summer following the heartbreaking Judgment Day betrayal. However, there's one WWE superstar who stuck by her side, and his name is Damian Priest. The Terror Twins got into the holiday spirit as they reunited on Christmas Day. The two Raw superstars went their separate ways after the Bad Blood Premium Live event on October 5th, 2024. While they have continued to feud with the Judgment Day, Ripley and Priest haven't shared the ring ever since. Earlier today, Damian Priest took to his Instagram stories to share a photo of himself standing alongside Rhea Ripley and Jimmy Uso. In the caption, he wrote, "Merry Christmas." It has been a while since the two stars have been seen interacting publicly or even sharing a moment. It is good to see the Terror Twins reunite, even if only to wish their fans Merry Christmas. The former Judgment Day members had previously teamed up with Jey Uso to take on Liv Morgan and co. Rhea Ripley will be in action on the premiere episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix on January 6th, 2025. She will challenge Liv Morgan for the WWE Women's World Championship. This will likely be the last chapter of the long-running rivalry between the two women. Mommy pinned the Miracle Kid to pick up the victory for her team at Survivor Series War Games this year. With Dominic Mysterio and Raquel Rodriguez in Liv Morgan's corner, it will be interesting to see if Rhea Ripley will be able to knock the champion off her perch. As for Damian Priest, he returned the favor to Finn Balor when he cost the Judgment Day the WWE World Tag Team Championship against the War Raiders on the December 16th episode of Raw. Earlier this week, the Archer of Infamy squared off against Dirty Dom in a singles match, which ended in a disqualification after the Judgment Day member interfered. After the match, the villainous stable nearly decimated Priest, but Ivar and Eric came to his aid and fended off their rivals. Another match between Priest and Balor appears to be on the cards as the road to WrestleMania 41 begins in January 2025. The Judgment Day to cost Liv Morgan her Women's World title against Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley are set to collide again on WWE Raw's Netflix debut show, with the Women's World Championship on the line. The former and current Judgment Day members have been embroiled in an intense feud over the past few months, and fans believe their rivalry might finally conclude on January 6th, 2025. Amid this anticipation, speculation is that Finn Balor could be the one to cost Morgan her Women's World title against the Eradicator during the event. This theory stems from tensions showcased on the recent edition of Raw, where cracks appeared between Liv Morgan and Finn Balor during a backstage segment. In the exchange, Balor expressed his frustration, stating that he was supposed to hold two titles and have a happy Christmas. However, Morgan mocked Balor, suggesting that he was the one causing problems with Damian Priest. In response, an irritated Balor fired back aggressively, instructing JD McDonough to remind Liv to focus on handling her business with Rhea Ripley first. Although their interactions were indirect, the heated nature of their exchange suggested growing discord within the faction. Dominic Mysterio ultimately intervened to de-escalate the situation, but the tension between Morgan and Balor was palpable. With this rising friction, it's plausible that Finn Balor might decide to betray Liv Morgan during her title defense against Ripley. Such a move would send a clear message to the Women's World Champion, demonstrating that she couldn't handle the Eradicator alone. Fans have long speculated that Finn Balor might eventually part ways with the Judgment Day. Following the recent developments on Raw, costing Morgan her championship could be a realistic step in that direction. Irrespective of how the match ended, if Liv Morgan lost the Women's World title at the Raw Netflix debut show, it would indicate the end of Judgment Day. Currently, Morgan is the only member of the faction holding gold. So, if she were to suffer a loss, it could generate heat among the faction members. It's possible that Finn Balor might even mock Liv following this potential loss, leading to a division within the faction. We have seen that Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Dominic Mysterio have been on the same page for the past few months. On the other side, Finn Balor and JD McDonough are usually aligned, with Carlito sometimes joining them. Therefore, a division within the Judgment Day is possible if Liv suffers a loss at the WWE Raw Netflix debut show. This division could eventually lead to the end of this version of the Judgment Day. Gunther losing his title in a few weeks. Since his debut in WWE, Gunther has often been featured with a massive championship on his shoulders. The Ring General managed to make a name for himself as the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion until WrestleMania 40, and now showcases his dominance as the World Heavyweight Champion on the Red brand. Throughout his reign as the World Champion, the star has managed to make multiple headlines around the world. The 37-year-old star has defeated several names over the past few months and is set to begin the new year as the World Champion. Gunther will defend his World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk in a steel cage match in an upcoming live event. Earlier, reports suggested that the star is set to drop his title very soon. As per a recent report from Zero News, the Ring General's days as the World Heavyweight Champion might be coming to an end. The update stated that Punk, a 27-year veteran, is set to dethrone Gunther, marking his 6th WWE World title victory since his wrestling debut in 1997. Not only that, but it was also reported that this might happen within 6 weeks of the steel cage match between both men. Punk is due to dethrone Gunther first. The match they are doing on live events on the 29th of December in a cage It will then be done on TV within 6 weeks from then, reported Zero News. While the World Heavyweight Champion is seemingly set to drop his title very soon, him missing the historic episode of the Red Brand seems unlikely. The ring general is not announced for any matches during the show yet. However, he might make an appearance to set up his next feud. Time will tell what the Stamford-based company has in store for the champion next. A WWE legend returns to help Solo Sikoa retain the Ula Fala. Solo Sikoa has the most important WWE match of his career on the January 6th episode of Raw on Netflix. It's a fight for the Ula Fala against his cousin Roman Reigns. While the odds are seemingly stacked against Solo, a legend might return to help Solo beat Roman Reigns and retain the Ula Fala. This would be his father, Rikishi. The last time the Hall of Famer was seen in WWE was in 2020 at Survivor Series, when he showed up to attend The Undertaker's retirement ceremony. The chances of Rikishi returning to WWE after 4 years to help his son during the high-voltage match are high because he has been praising his son's growth in the promotion. The 59-year-old legend has praised Solo for being able to pull the role of tribal chief so far. After the Survivor Series War Games match, Rikishi, on his podcast Off the Top, praised Solo for pulling his villainous character so well. He remarked that there was a lot of pressure on Solo about whether he would be able to pull it off against the OTC Roman Reigns. Seeing the response on social media, Rikishi said that he was convinced that his son had succeeded in fulfilling his role as a heel. There was a lot of pressure. Is he going to be able to carry that weight? Can he carry the ball? But we've seen the short amount of time, the growth of this professional, learning all he's learned. He was able to adapt into this Solo Sikoa role, and you can hear it, the fans online. He got heat so quick. It's because how Solo invested himself into this character of who he is. He's a made man, Rikishi said. The Hall of Famer went a step ahead and said that he sees his son dethroning Cody Rhodes as the undisputed WWE champion in 2025. Rikishi had spoken about this earlier also, when Solo had pinned Cody at Money in the Bank in July 2024 in the 6-man tag team match. After Survivor Series War Games, Rikishi reiterated that he sees Solo winning the championship in 2025. It's his time to eat. He's been out for a minute, perfecting the craft, waited his turn, waited for his opportunity. 2025, I see Solo Sikoa, WWE champion, Rikishi said. Seeing as how the Hall of Famer has been so vocal about his son winning the top prize in the company next year, he might shock the fans on January 6th, making a shocking appearance to help him to retain the Ula Fala. Paul Heyman sends a cryptic to CM Punk. As 2024 turns to 2025, one of the most interesting talking points in WWE is the dynamic between Paul Heyman and CM Punk. The two are close friends, and after Survivor Series, something big is bound to happen soon. The Second City Saint agreed to join the OG bloodline for War Games, teaming with Roman Reigns and others. In exchange for that, Punk has asked the Wiseman for a favor that remains undisclosed. Sooner or later, it will be revealed. However, in the meantime, fans are going wild in speculation over what this favor is. Will Heyman deliver CM Punk his first ever WrestleMania main event? Perhaps the WWE Hall of Famer may betray Reigns and side with the best in the world permanently. One thing is certain though, Paul Heyman knows how much interest there is in this storyline. He recently posted a cryptic tweet about it on his official X handle. The Wiseman posted a meme of Snoopy using his typewriter to ask him what the favor to Punk is, as a representation of how curious the entire world is. It was a subtle message from Heyman stating that he knows all eyes are on him. It remains to be seen when this favor is carried out, with WrestleMania season looking likely. Interest has also risen following reports that Roman Reigns will likely face CM Punk at the Show of Shows. Roman Reigns' planned world title match leak. Roman Reigns has been busy handling bloodline business since his return back at SummerSlam 2024. The original tribal chief has still not got his hands on the Ula Fala, but marked massive victories against Solo Sikoa and his bloodline at Bad Blood and Survivor Series. Reigns is now set to face Solo Sikoa in singles action on WWE Raw's debut on Netflix. Further, the WWE Universe has been anticipating the megastar to return to the world title scene once he was done with Sikoa and the Bloodline. A major update regarding Roman Reigns' future has surfaced on the internet lately. As per Zero News, the original tribal chief will face his former Shield brother, Seth Rollins, in singles action at SummerSlam 2025. Further, the report also added that among the two massive names, one would enter the show as the world champion, while the other would leave with a massive victory. This major update is expected to change the landscape of the company following WrestleMania. Seth versus Roman is still planned for SummerSlam 2025. One of them will walk in as champ. The other will walk out as champ, reported Zero News. Roman Reigns teamed up with the Usos, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk to pick a victory against Solo Sikoa and his bloodline at Survivor Series. During a recent interview with Jackie Redmond, Seth Rollins addressed the OG Bloodline's victory and the massive shot of them standing on the stage victorious. The visionary stated that he wanted to throw the remote through the TV and was destroyed to see that shot. After Survivor Series this year, I saw him hand in hand with Roman Reigns. Roman's finger in the air and Punk doing the stupid little go-to-sleep thing. I just wanted to throw the remote through the TV. I was so viscerally, internally destroyed, Rollins said. While Rollins enhanced his feud with CM Punk with his comments, he clearly doesn't like the fact that Reigns is getting back on top of the roster. Time will tell what WWE has in store for both men in the future.